Hello mates, welcome to Full Stack Java Developer Pune. I am Kiran Jadhav here. In this session, I will teach you here J2EE Java 2 Enterprise Edition like Advanced Java, Servlet JSP JDBC concepts and the functionality is user registration. For that perspective, controller layer we are using Servlet, JSP we are using for user interface Java server pages and JDBC we are using for Java database connectivity, and here JDBC has a persistence layer, and the web server we are using here Apache Tomcat and database as MySQL. Then we'll start with the implementation here, then simply come up with the first theory part. See, J2EE means Java 2 Enterprise Edition, that's called Advanced Java. In that Servlet, JSP and JDBC concepts comes. Servlet for server side, there we are going to write our business logic. JSP for user interface, Java server pages, we are going to create the JSP pages there. And JDBC it means Java database connectivity, this is for persistence layer. And the functionality we are going to perform here user registration, and this is the full stack application we are going to perform. And we are following here MVC architecture. MVC it means model, view and controller. M it means model, V it means view, that's called presentation layer, C it means controller. There we are going to handle the business logic. Model it means you can simply say DAO, database access object. View it means that's called presentation, whatever you are able to see like UI. And the controller it means you can simply say this is the business logic we are going to handle. Then backend we are using here, this is like we are just going to consider Java. JDK version I am using here JDK 17. Then server side we are using here Servlet, and persistence layer we are going to use JDBC here. Now front end we are using here JSP Java server pages, and database we are using SQL as a MySQL. Then see, first we'll start with the MySQL database. For that perspective I have available SQL. If you have available workbench, you can go ahead with the workbench as well. Then first thing we'll create the database here. Create database, database name as user DB. Simply execute it. See, database is created successfully. Next we are just trying to use the database. Simply execute, database used successfully here. Coming to next, we are going to create the table. Create the table name as user. Then user have ID, this will be type as int. User have name, it will be varchar, max size as 255. Next, user have address, we'll consider again this will be varchar, the max size as 255. Next, user have state, we'll add, there will be like drop down you can simply say, and again this will be varchar. Now coming to next, user will add here user have gender, this will be radio box we are adding from front end, here we are giving varchar. Now user have DOB, it will be you can simply consider date, and again user have contact number also we are going to add here. User have contact number, this will be big int we'll consider here. And user have email ID, this will be varchar, we are adding here 255 as max size. User have password, this will be varchar 255 as max size. And here if you want to add Aadhaar card, PAN card, you can go ahead and add those columns. Time being I'm just adding those fields like column. Now we'll come up with the primary key. The primary key as user have ID, and corresponding like unique key also we are going to add. Primary key means not null, and unique key allows the null value as yes. Then we have unique key here, you can simply consider as user contact number as a unique key. Again next we are just going to add here unique key as user have email ID as well, right? Yeah, such a unique key we are going to add here. Now simply go ahead and execute it. See, table is created successfully. Now if you are hitting disk user, you will be able to see there is one primary key and two unique key available, and primary key is not null and unique key value allows null value as yes. This is the main difference between primary key and unique key. And if you are hitting here select star from user, you will be able to see empty data sets. There is no any value. The value we are going to insert from our front end, right? We are going to create the form like user registration, and once click on register, data it will be inserted into database by using our servlet application, right? From JSP we are going to create the form by using servlet, and JDBC we are going to insert this data into our database. And once it inserted, this data you will be able to see in our SQL log, MySQL, our bench. Then desk user, it will give us the description about our user table. Then here we have one primary key and two unique keys, right? Perfect. Now such a way database part is done for MySQL. Now we'll start with the backend Java. For that perspective, simply come up with the Eclipse and coming to file, new dynamic web project. I'm giving the application name as J2EE user registration. Then simply click on finish. It will create our application. See, our application is created successfully. Now we'll come up with the SRCM in Java. Right click on that, new package. The package name I'm giving here model package first. This will be com.fullstack.model. Next package we are creating the AO package. The package name as com.fullstack.dao database success object. Now I am creating here service package. The package name as com.fullstack.service. We'll come up with the next as controller package. New package you can simply say this will be fullstack.service. Oh, service already created. Then we'll create the controller package. Perfect. Then coming to model package, in that simply right click new Java class, and the Java class name we are giving here user. User is our Pojo class. Coming to the AO, we are creating new Java interface name as user DAO. Now come up with the DAO package itself. We are creating new implementation class name as user DAO IMPL. We'll come up with the service package. In that we are creating new Java interface name as user service. And within service itself we are creating the implementation class name as user service IMPL. Now come up with the controller. In that we are creating new Java. This will be servlet actually. Yeah. Here you can simply say user controller as a servlet file name. There is available do get and do post by default, right? See. And here is available web servlet. Now it will go to the compile time problem because we need to add the jar file. Then in this session we require the two jar file. One is servlet API and the second one is MySQL connector. Then you can simply copy it from our GitHub. I will be uploading this session on GitHub as well. GitHub link you can simply check in our YouTube video description box. See, once we have added the jar files, now there is not available any compilation issues. Once it's done, we'll start with the implementation. Then simply open the user.java. This is our Pojo class. Then first variable I am adding private int. This will be user have ID. Next field private. This will be string user have name. Private string. You can say user have address. Private string user have state. You can add number of fields, okay, as per business requirement. Private string user have gender. Those fields you will be able to see in SQL log as well. There we have added the column, right? Yeah, ID, name, address, state, gender, then DOB, contact number, right? Private, you can simply say date coming from util package, and this will be user DOB. Next is private. This will be long user have contact number. Private, this will be, you can simply say string user have email ID, and the last one is private string user have password. Then see how many variables we have added. Same column available in our database as well, right? 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9. Perfect. Now we are creating here, this is the default constructor. We require the parameter as constructor as well. Simply right click, go to source, generate constructor using fields. Next we require the toString method. Go to source, generate toString. If you want equals hash code contracts, you can generate it. Perfect. We have done with our Pojo class here. And we require the getter setters as well. Then simply right click here, go to source, generate getter setters. Control A, Control I, Control Shift F, it will format the code base. Now come up with the next user.java. This is our interface. We are just going to create here abstract method. Then interface, each and every method by default is public. I am just giving here void register user. We are following solid principle, like method start with the lowercase, intermediate letter must be capital. This is the data for we are passing for user. Now simply come up with the Java impl. Simply use here keywords as implements, interface class implements. We are passing here user dev. Now simply mouse over there and add implemented methods. Which is the method is implementation here. Whatever abstract method in user DAO, we are going to implement into our user DAO implementation class. The method is register user. Here is the override. Override means whatever replica in parent, same replica we are going to add in child class. That's called override. Same method name, same parameter. Okay. Perfect. Now we are going to establish database connection. For that perspective, I am passing connection equal to null. And here we create the default constructor, and within that we are going to load the driver class by using class.forName. There is com.mysql.cj.jdbc.driver. We need to handle here compile time exception. The exception is class not found exception. Simply mouse over there, surround with the try catch, and the exception is class not found exception. This is compile time exception. Now we are going to establish the connection equal to driver manager dot get connection, and there we are going to pass the connection URL. The connection URL is, you can simply say JDBC colon MySQL colon // localhost colon 3306, and our database name is user DB. Question mark use SSL equal to false. It will ignore the SSL warning as well. The next is MySQL username, and the MySQL is whatever password we have given at the time of installation, right? Yes. Here also we need to handle compile time exception. This is the SQL exception. See, here is it. Such a way we have established the connection. Control A, Control I, Control Shift F, it will format the code base. Once connection is established, then we'll come up with the our functionality register user. It means whatever data coming from JSP form to controller, control to service, service to down. Here we are going to implement the logic, insert data into database. For that perspective, we are calling here prepare statement. Prepare statement equal to connection dot prepared statement. And this is the SQL query we are going to perform here, like insert into user, and then we are passing here the first value as user ID, second is user name. It will be great, you can just do the copy paste of your column. It will avoid the typo mistakes as well, right? Yeah. The third is user address, the fourth one is state, next is gender, next is DOB, the next is contact number, next is email ID, the last is password. Then simply use values. We have here 9 columns, that's why I'm passing a 9 question mark. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, ending with semicolon. We need to handle here compile time exception. The exception is named as SQL exception. Perfect. Now simply use here prepare statement dot set int. This is the first column, you can say, and this is coming as user dot get ID. Next is prepare statement dot set, this will be string. Second column user dot get username. Prepare statement dot set string, this is third column user dot get address. Next prepare statement dot set after address, right? We have available there state, this is it string. This is fourth column, you can simply say user dot get state. Next is prepare statement dot set string, this is fifth number column user dot get gender. Next prepare statement dot set date. This is, you can simply say, 6 number column. We are passing here new SQL. Now we are converting util date to SQL date. New, you can simply say, date coming from SQL date. Then we are calling here, this will be user dot get dot get time, ending with semicolon. Next is prepare statement dot set long. This is 7th number column, user dot get contact number. Again prepare statement dot set, this will be string. We are passing 8 number column as user dot get email ID. And the last one is prepare statement dot set string. This is 9th number column, user dot get password. Then simply call here prepare statement dot execute update. And once data is inserted, we are just trying to print. This is just developer perspective. We are adding the log like data inserted into DB successful, you can simply say, right, to print this message on Java console. Only for our understanding perspective we are expecting, but if any exception comes, it will comes at line number 53 and it will goes to catch. That time you are not able to see the message. If data inserted, then and then you are able to see data inserted into DB successfully. Perfect? Yes. Now we'll simply come up with the user service, and in user service I am creating their abstract method as like register user. Abstract method, it means ending with semicolon, but from Java it interface also supposed to two non-abstract methods, static and default. For that you can simply check our Java 8 sessions. I already created the playlist there. Okay, come up with the service, user service IMPL, then simply use the implements keyword here, and this is the interface as user service. Now simply mouse over there and add unimplemented methods. It means whatever abstract method is in user service, we must not to implement into implementation class. See, here is the implementation, open curly brace. And service is just intermediate between our DAO and controller. Getting data from controller, pass to DAO, getting data from DAO, pass to controller, right? Intermediate, you can simply say. Then here I am creating the reference for user DAO equal to new user DAO IMPL. Now simply call his user DAO dot register user, pass the input as register user. Yeah, this is just like intermediate between our DAO and controller. Now come up with the next is our user controller, and this is, you can simply consider as our controller layer, right? Perfect. And here we are using @web servlet. This is like traditional approach, like we don't require the web.xml file like deployment descriptor. If you are using @web servlet, they are just searching the first entry point as the index.html, right? And from there we are going to handle our request and response accordingly as per business requirements. Then coming with the doGet method, we are going to use doGet method here, but if you want to post, I will demonstrate the doPost as well. Fine. First we'll go ahead with the doGet. Then here whatever data coming from controller, whatever data coming from JSP, we are just going to catch in our controller layer, right? For that perspective, first we are going to read here user have ID, and this is integer, but whatever data coming from JSP, this is coming as a string format. Then we required convert string into integer. That's why I'm calling here integer dot parse int, and then I'm calling here request dot get parameter. Whenever you are able to see request dot get parameter, this value coming from JSP, then in double quotes you can simply say this will be user ID. Yes. Then see request dot get parameter, it means this value coming from JSP. In JSP, like in this session index.jsp, we are giving name equal to user ID, right? But this ID we are considering as an int format. That's why we are using a typecast concept. Perfect. Now coming to next is string user name. This is string value, we don't require the type conversion. You can directly call request dot get parameter. This is username directly. Next is string, you can say user have address. This will be request dot get parameter, and this is user have address. Coming to next is string, you can simply say user have state equal to request dot get parameter, and we are just passing here user state. We need to pass here ending with semicolon as a syntactically. String, this will be user have gender equal to request dot get parameter, and this is I am passing here user gender. Next is we are just going to consider date. get coming from util package. Here you can say user DOB equal to initial value we are giving as null. Then I am creating the simple date format object here. This is the class coming from java.text package. Simple date format equal to new simple date format. Then whenever we are creating the object, we are passing here the date format as well. Then JSP side, it means front end, I am using date picker, and date picker time format is YYMMDD. Okay, that's why I am passing here YYMMDD. Okay, next simply use user DOB equal to simple date format dot parse, and this is date we are reading from JSP side, request dot get parameter user DOB. We need to handle here compile time exception. The exception name is parse exception. See, we handle here, right? Which exception? Parse exception. Now come up with the next. Next is long. This will be user have contact number. Then JSP value coming as a string, right? We need to convert string into long. That's why I'm calling here long dot value of, and this is the request dot get parameter. And we're just passing here user contact number ending with semicolon. Next, we are just going to pass here, this will be string type. You can say user have email ID. This is again request dot get parameter user email ID we are giving as a JSP side. String, this will be user have password. Then we are calling here request dot get parameter, and this is, you can simply say user password. Then now on class level, I will create the object for our user service IMPL. This is user service equal to new user service IMPL. User service IMPL we required here, right? Yes, perfect. Like interface, we are not creating the object, we are creating the object of our class. Whenever new keyword comes, you can simply say we are creating the object of our class itself. Now we'll copy this reference and first creating the object of our user as well. User equal to new user. See, the interface we are going to pass here. Now simply call here user service dot register user and passing the user as an input. Like whatever constructor we have created, all the fields, right, we are getting it into, we are reading from JSP side and just pass to input as our user here, and this user object we are giving input to our service layer. See, here is it, open implementation, right? From here we are giving this input to our dev layer. Here is it, and here is the logic available insert data into database, and this is like manipulation insertion we are doing, right? That's why we're calling here execute update. If it's select operation, then we are calling execute query, but here it's insert, it means manipulations. That's why we're calling execute update. Coming to controller, once data is inserted, then we are just trying to print one message on our web browser, like user registration done successfully. For that perspective, I am creating the one class object like print writer. You can simply say print writer equal to response dot get writer. Yes. Now we are calling print writer dot println, and here we are giving the message user registration done successfully. Please check data in DB, in database, you can simply say. Okay, I will say database. DB means database only. Okay, this is just short form I'm telling you. Perfect. Once like done registration done successfully, it will print one message on our web page itself, user registration done successfully. Perfect. And please check data in database. Such a way we handle the entire things for our controller layer as well. Okay, like do get method, we handle the things, get passes data through the browser URL, and post passes data through the method body. Get is very faster actually, post is slower, but get is not secure as much like post. Post is more secure than get. Now we'll come for the next. Like such a way we done with our backend as well. Now next is we have available here front end like JSP. For that perspective, we'll simply come back to here and coming to src main web app. Right click on web app, new JSP file I am creating, and the file name I am giving here. This is index.jsp. You can simply say. By default, we are expecting it to be index.jsp. The file is created successfully. Here I am giving user registration. Now I will use Control M, it will maximize the size of screen. Style, will go the background color. Suppose you are expecting color as pink, I'm giving the pink color here. You can give any color. Now creating the one form. Form action as whatever we have given in controller, right? This is user controller. We are going to give the form action. Then simply come back to here as user controller, and the method by default it will calls to get method. The inside form we are just going to add here, it will be user have ID, and this will be like input type equal to, you can say text, name equal to user have ID. I am giving as lowercase whatever we have given in controller layer, right? Request.get parameter. BR for break the line, like new line it will goes to add for those username, user address, right? Yes. Then here it will be user have name, then you can say this will be user name itself. Next user have address, we are giving here user address. Perfect. Now user have state, we are just adding here BR, and then you can simply consider here like user state we are adding, right? Then I'm just going to add here select, and inside select, okay, we are giving name as user state, and again we are giving the options as well there. Then you can simply say this will be option, and the corresponding value we are going to pass. Value I am giving here, it will be Maharashtra, like state image. For time being I am just adding some few like states, only 3 states I am going to add. In your case you can try to add number of states. The value I am passing here, this will be like NCR, National Capital Region. Coming to next, this will be option, we are just going to add, yeah, and this is like value I am giving the value as, you can simply consider as Karnataka, okay, K we are giving here. Perfect. We have added 3 states, but in your case you can try to add number of states here, fine. And ending with, again we are using BR. Now coming to next is we are just going to say user have gender. For that perspective I am just adding here BR, and this will be first we are considering as male. Input type equal to, this will be radio we are giving, and name it will be user have gender, and this is the value we are passing here as male. Again ending with BR, not required BR, will go ahead with this same like single line male and female, right? That's why I'm passing here next as female. This will be like input type equal to radio, and this will be name equal to, you can simply say user gender, and value equal to, you can simply consider as a female. And then we are using BR for break the line, okay. Now coming to next, this will be user have contact number, and if you want to pass your number you can pass, it's anyway text also fine for us, user contact number. Next is user have like email, and user have password. Then input type I am giving here, this will be email, use the control space. Input type as password, no one able to see the password whenever you are going to enter it, right? User have email ID, and the last one is user have password. And the last we are just going to add here, this is input type equal to submit, and the value equal to, you can simply say register. User register only, that also fine for us, okay. See, within 30 minutes we have done with our entire code. Now we are very excited to run our Java application. Simply goes to project and do the cleanup, okay. Yeah, once cleanup is done, then we are ready to start our application. Simply right click, go ahead with the run as, run on server. Simply select the Tomcat 9, go to the next, and then simply if there is 2 applications, just click on remove all. Your selected applications will be available there, and then click on finish. What we are expecting? We are expecting it will go to open our form, right, in this .jsp page, and there is available form. See, this is the form. This form, if you want to get in middle of the page, then you can simply come up with the form here, whatever we have created there, right? Form. And then you can simply say style equal to text align as center. Now simply save it, and this is, you know, like live we are able to see the change from appearing at middle itself actually. Now I am not going to focus more on design parts, I am going to more focus on functional part here. User ID I am passing 111, the username I am just passing here Swara, and the address I am passing here Pune, and the state we are able to see there are 3 states like Maharashtra, NCR and Karnataka, right? We are just selecting here Maharashtra itself. User gender I am selecting here female. The user contact number we are just going to pass the contact number here. Then email ID we are just going to pass swara@fullstack.com, and the password we are just going to pass here Swara. Now simply click on register. See, if everything is fine, it will goes to insert attempt database. But now it gives us the issue. What is the issue? They are saying here null pointer exception. Then if issue comes, that will be great things for our learning curve. Okay, then what is the issue? We are going to check it. Okay, simply come back to here. I hope like date we haven't added here, correct? We haven't added the DOB. For DOB perspective, that's why we are getting the null pointer exception. If you are coming back to here, you will get the clarity null pointer exception, because simple date format here we are getting the issue at line number 54. It giving null pointer exception. If you are coming here, see 54 line number, it means we are not passing the DOB, that's why we are getting the null pointer exception. Then here we forget to add the date from registration page, the front end side. Then after gender we are going to add the date as well. Okay, here is it. Then I am going to add here, this will be user DOB. Great things, if any issue comes, that will be good things for our learning curve. Okay, input type equal to, you can simply say date picker I am going to use here, and this will be name equal to user DOB. Ending with I am just going to add BR. Perfect. Now you not need to worry about to, you can simply say like restart your application. Okay, simply refresh it and again fill the information. I am passing 111, the name as passing here Swara. Then next I am just going to pass the address as Pune, Maharashtra state, female candidate. Yes, now you are able to see the date as well, and date picker you will be able to see here, right? If I am passing 2022 and this is March, right? Yeah, and then you can simply select the contact number here, and we are passing the email ID, right? The password is perfect. Now simply click on register. It printing like user registration done successfully, please check data in database, and here it's showing data inserted into DB successfully, right? We are very excited to check data in database. For that perspective, simply select start from user, and here data also inserted into database. Perfect. Again you can simply clear it actually, next time you are not able to see any errors. Okay, now one more time we are trying to register the one more user here. For that perspective I am just passing here, this is one data for Lakshmi, and Lakshmi from, you can simply say NCR, like we'll say Delhi actually, this is National Capital Region, right? Yeah, simply select the NCR. Oh, this is female candidate, right? Yeah, changing the date of birth there, and changing, this is unique email ID we are expecting, sorry, unique contact number, unique email ID, right? Yeah, that's why I'm passing here unique things, and just change to password as well. Click on register, done successfully. One more record we are just going to register here. This is the record number 11, and I am passing here Pratik. Then Pratik will say is from Karnataka, right? We are giving the address as, you can simply say any like city from Karnataka. I am just giving here Hubli, and we'll say is from Karnataka. The candidate is male, and we are going to select the date of birth, right? Yeah, you will be able to select the backdated date actually, whatever you want. Okay, yeah. Now we'll pass here, this is email and this is password. Simply click on register. See, user registration done successfully. Please check data in database. Now how many records we are expecting? We are expecting there will be available 3 records. See on screen. Select start from user. There are 3 records available. Oh, Lakshmi, fine. Why 3 records not available? Because I hope like we did some mistakes with the Pratik because duplicate entry happens there. Okay, yeah. Which duplicate entry happens there? The contact number we need to change, but we haven't changed it. Great things. Then simply come back to our front end, and here you can simply say duplicate entry for this, right? I'm just passing here. You can say this is 9, and here also we are passing 9 itself, and then you can click on register. Okay, see in database /star form, yeah, there is available 3 records now, and it's sorted by ascending order. See on screen. Perfect. In such a way we done with the registration, like user registration. Now I will teach you here how to debug this application if any issue comes. Okay, for that perspective you can simply stop the application here and come up with the do get method inside controller layer. Here we have available controller layer. Simply come up with the do get first line simply at the breakpoint at line number 44. Now we start with the debug mode. Simply right click on application, debug as debug on server, go to the next, and then go to the finish. Then see by default there will be available Index.jsp page. It will go to open this page, and there is available our form, right? Yes. Now we are just going to pass here ID. I am passing the ID as 21. Then username. Okay, I am just going to pass the username as Darshan. User address we are just going to add here PCMC. User state we are giving here Maharashtra. The user gender as male, and we are passing the date of birth here. Okay, whatever available there. This is just demo I'm giving here. User contact number we are just passing here. This is the user contact number. Then we are passing here darshan@fullstack.com, and this is the password we are passing as a Darshan. Simply click on register. See Eclipse goes to blink. It will goes to inside user controller do get method first line, because there we have added the breakpoint. See one screen. See line number 44, it will goes to stop. Perfect. Great things. Function F6 for next line. It means I want to highlight how this call comes here actually in first line, because we have available Index.jsp, there we have available form. Once you click on register, it means like form action will be triggered as user controller. Here is the form action, and the form method as get method. That's why it will comes inside user controller. See, this is the user controller inside do get method. First line why it stop, because there we have added the breakpoint. See my mouse pointer, breakpoint available there. Now simply use function F6 for next line. See, this is the user ID 21. This is the username, right? Like everything we are going to read it here. If you want to check the DOB which format is coming, right, then simply check here request.get parameter user DOB, control shift I, YYMMDT format available there. See on screen what we are expecting, right? Perfect. Function F6 for next line. Again F6. See all the information we have read from JSP, right? F6. Now simply use user control shift I, all the data available there whatever you are expecting. Function F6 you can simply use. See, do control shift I. Okay, function F6 one more time. Yeah, now check here control shift I. See all the data available there, right? User. See on screen. If you want to check only one data, user address, username, you will be able to see such data as well, right? Once you click on object, by using toString method, it will format our object as well. Perfect. See on screen. Now we are just going to call here which layer? Service layer. Which method? Register user, and see all data available in that user as well. Simply press function F5 for inside method. See here is the inside method inside service IMPL. Now again here also available all the user user information whatever we are passing for Darshan. Again if you want to go inside DAV IMPL register user method, function F5 shortcut key. See it will come here, and all the information available here, right? And in this layer we are just calling our database, like insert into database, like insert into table, right? Which is the table available? User table, and we are getting the value from that particular user, and we are setting to particular column here. Then F6. It will goes to like set all the values, and accordingly at the end we are calling here execute update till data is not inserted. If you are checking like Darshan ka data is not inserted, but now if you are pressing function F6, right, see data inserted successfully. Fourth number record here is available Darshan. We have 21st of user ID, right? Yes, and there is no issue, that's why it not goes to any SQL exception. It will print here data inserted into DB successfully, see on screen. Now again F6, it will goes to service layer, then service to controller layer, and in controller we are expecting it will print this user registration done successfully on our web page. See on screen, function F6. See, now you will be able to see here is user registration done successfully, please check data in database. Perfect. And here we are using get method, that's why data passes through the browser URL. See, here is it. If you want to check the username, user password, everything available there, right? And browser have some limit to pass data to 2048 character. See, here is user password also available, right? User email. Then get is not secure. Then I will pass this data through post. For that perspective, what are the changes we required? Simply come up with the Java mode here, and now index.jsp, right? We have available. Instead of get, I am just going to pass here which method? Post method. Simply add here post method instead of get. Coming to next, in user controller, whatever logic we have added for inside doGet method, this logic you can simply copy, okay, and paste inside which method? Post method. See, here is it. Simply save it. Now simply go to the project and do the cleanup, and I am directly calling here. Simply right click, run as, run on server, go to the next, and then do finish. See on screen. It will open the JSP page, but if you want to change the color, right, that also possible. Like some user they want like orange color there, then instead of pink I will pass here which color? Orange color. Now simply save it, simply refresh, you will be able to see the orange color. Perfect, great. Now I am passing here, this is the ID as 1001. The name we are just going to pass here Kiran as a username. The address I am just going to pass here Pune. Then we'll say the state as Maharashtra, the gender as male. We are passing the date of birth here, like such a random DOB I am picking here. Now the contact number we are going to pass here, this will be the contact number, you can simply say. Next we are passing the email and the corresponding password as well, right? Simply click on register. If everything is fine, it will insert data in database and it will print the message user registration done successfully, please check data in database. Perfect. We are just going to check data in database as well. See, the last record available Kiran 1001 ID, and there you are not able to see any data on web browser URL. You are not able to see any data in browser URL, right? Why? Because we are calling which method? Because the reason behind that we are calling the method as, you can simply say, post method. Okay, post passes data through the method body itself, and once post passes data through method body, there is no any limit to pass the data. Then from JSP side as well, we are passing which method? Post method. Okay, form action as user controller and method is post. Like such a way we handle here entire full stack application for user registration. And technology we use here J2EE, it means Java 2 Enterprise Edition. In that advanced Java, Servlet, JSP and JDBC concepts comes. Servlet is a server-side programming where we are create the web application, and web application we need to deploy on web server. For that perspective we are using Apache Tomcat. And JSP as a Java server pages we are using for front end, creating the forms. Okay, instead of JSP you will be able to use HTML as well there. Yes. And JDBC we are using for persistence, Java database connectivity, and database we are using here MySQL. Then upcoming sessions like similar applications we are going to create by using Spring Boot, and the front end is React.js as well. Then stay tuned with this channel, and if you are facing any difficulties, feel free to add your comments in comment box. Thanks for watching this video. Please do like, share, subscribe the channel to get more updates, and see you in next video.